Downtown Committee. My name is Khalid Bey, Chair of the Committee for Economic Development, Downtown Metropolitan Planning. Also on the call, we have Councilor Green, Councilor Driscoll. I see President Hudson. I don't know if I see any other councilor. We have Auditor Maroon, Budget Director Rudd. It's weird still saying Budget Director Rudd. And I'm pretty sure we'll be joined by a couple others. So we always get a small window, America. So I know it's going to be very tough to try to get the presentation done in up to 15 minutes. That's just to allow my colleagues some time for questions toward the end. But you know, downtown always has a lot going on. This will be quite the feat to see if you can pull this off, because there's always a lot going on. But if you would start with, and we are joined by Councilor Hogan as well. Welcome to the party, Councilor Hogan.
So I am setting my stopwatch here for the 15 minutes. So we'll see how this goes. So I am planning to share my screen. Let's see here. PowerPoint. Can you, is the screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, and just so everybody know, in case you haven't found it, we're on page 221.
Perfect. So an overview on the Downtown Committee of Syracuse. So the Downtown Committee is a 501c4 not-for-profit organization. Our mission is downtown's revitalization. So all of our programs that we offer speak to that and supporting our downtown constituents. Our board consists of 15 members, all appointed by the mayor of the city of Syracuse, and 11 of those 15 board members are required to be property owners within the district. When we talk about downtown Syracuse, this is the area that we're looking at. So it's an 82 block district. All of the property owners within this district, in addition to their city and county and school taxes, also pay a special assessment, which funds a bulk of our operations. But as you'll see, we secure resources from other sources as well. The Downtown Committee, as far as our programs, environmental maintenance is one of our more visible programs. Our goal is to ensure downtown is attractive, accessible, and clean. So we do litter patrol. With the weather warming up, we're doing graffiti removal. We assist property owners with ensuring clear sidewalks so people can use the sidewalks in downtown Syracuse. We mow lawns, we trim hedges. We take care of the streetscape furniture in partnership with the city of Syracuse. We also do engage in a number of beautification initiatives. So we secure sponsorships for all the hanging flower baskets that go up throughout downtown. We have a Partners in Planting initiative for Armory Square to help supplement the city parks service by securing a sponsor, which is how you see all of those beautiful flowers during the summer months. We secure funds for things like mural refurbishments. Last year, we were able to get a grant from the CNY Community Foundation to add chess tables to Hanover Square. We also operate a security patrol. So both our environmental maintenance and our security teams work 7 days a week. We've got full-time staffing Mondays through Fridays, but then on weekends for security, they operate 11 to 7 and 10 to 6, again, to be a proactive presence to address quality of life issues. We work very closely with the Syracuse Police Department. In downtown, there's a special 423 help number that constituents can call with any kind of quality of life emergency or issue. We have a storefront that we share with the downtown beat of the Syracuse Police Department located on Harrison Street. The front half of that during non-COVID times serves as an information center where you can pick up resources. We do personal safety seminars for our downtown employees. We also have been able to secure additional funding in the past. So we own 19 security cameras placed throughout the downtown district that are wired directly into the Syracuse Police Department system to be able to use as an additional tool for security efforts. As far as economic development, we are one of the more active organizations like our peers within this field. Our goal is to address opportunities to further growth and development in downtown by providing resources and expertise. Probably our most valuable function is maintenance of our downtown database, which is updated daily. It tracks all the information for our 82 block area. From that, we're able to derive information about real estate market trends, occupancy reports. We can list available real estate to make it as easy as possible for people to locate in downtown. We spend a lot of time working with property owners and developers, identifying incentive opportunities, securing grants. We also do special programming to address vacancies. On our website, you can secure a lot of this information where we put resources for businesses as well as the ability to search for available real estate spaces. But we also do assemble custom property packages. So if someone's looking for a specific amount of space or type of space, we can give a specialized list to help connect those interested parties with those who are managing the available space. Annually, we do a storefront property analysis or our vacant storefront survey, just to understand where we are as far as downtown's redevelopment. We offer several recruitment resources. This gets back to the different market trends for office space, retail, as well as the housing market. I mentioned our special programming. So, downtown's health is often judged by the strength of its sort of storefront appearance. So in spaces that are unable to take a tenant right away, we'll do an Art in the Windows program where we'll do, pictures or lighted up work, but it's a partnership with our local arts community. We also go after New York Main Street funds. We're the most awarded organization in upstate New York. And are currently on our 5th round of Main Street funding, but this improves facades of buildings. We've done some cafe lighting in places like City Park Place, again, just to draw attention to underutilized spaces. We also have a strong marketing and communications function where we promote all that downtown Syracuse has to offer. This is accomplished through our website, downtownsyracuse.com. Over our newsletter, which reaches about 10,000 people. This goes out every Monday and highlights all of the business openings and exciting activity for people to take advantage of downtown. And we also have a strong social media presence with about 25,000 followers across our various channels. If you're ever looking for a brochure, Downtown Committee is your place. We provide information about businesses, public art, downtown parking options. We do commercials. We also do a lot of earned media. So again, non-paid coverage and stories about what's happening in downtown. And there are many events that happen within downtown Syracuse. Many have their own organizers. We at the Downtown Committee organize a handful of events that speak back to supporting our constituents. So typically February would be our big Downtown Dining Weeks promotion. The goal of that is to drive traffic to restaurants during what is typically a slow time of year for diners. It would bring anywhere from 35 to 45,000 people downtown over a 2-week period. We also do progress breakfast events, typically 350 in-person events. April 1st, we had our first virtual event with about 200 attendees. We use these as opportunities to highlight and package what's happening in downtown Syracuse and bring in people that are leading interesting projects and initiatives in downtown, so you can hear straight from those individuals about why they're undertaking these projects. It gives people an insider's view. We do an Earth Day cleanup. During typical years would draw about 400 volunteers. For COVID, we've extended that to Earth Week to help spread out the volunteers throughout downtown. We do a downtown living tour, which again is to continue to raise the profile of downtown housing and ensure continuous pipeline for all of the apartments and residents that are being built within downtown Syracuse. We do host an annual meeting, which is an opportunity to provide a state of downtown report and also share a series of awards that recognizes our constituents for how they contribute to our active downtown environment. We operate the farmers market. This is the second largest in the area, second most used farmers market for the EBT program. This runs June through October to provide fresh produce to area residents. We run an arts and crafts festival, which is an amenity that brings about 50,000 people into downtown over the weekend. So it again gives people an excuse to come into downtown Syracuse, discover something new, and ideally come back again. And then we also do an employee appreciation week. So we want people to feel connected to the place where they're working and give them an excuse to step away from their office, come outside, network with each other, learn more about the businesses that are here. So we would typically host an employee appreciation week each year. And then finally, our holiday program. So November through December, starting on the night of the tree lighting, we will do holiday promotion. So a special newsletter will go out. We do a window wonderland competition where we have over 40 storefront businesses decorate their storefronts to engage customers and enliven the downtown experience. We partner with the city on holiday decorations as well. COVID over the last year or so certainly changed everything. As far as our response to COVID, as soon as this started, we increased our newsletter frequency. We thought communications about how people could still enjoy downtown safely and responsibly was very important. So we started doing our newsletters twice a week. And to promote businesses. We added a business-focused newsletter to make sure our businesses were aware of the different financial incentives and programs and rules that were coming out, because we want to make it as easy as possible for them to find information. Over social media, we started promoting curated experiences such as grab a coffee and take a walk on the creek walk, again, promoting safe ways for people to enjoy downtown. To support restaurants, which were extremely hard hit during the pandemic, we offered a summer dining weeks promotion for the month of July. We worked with the city to support the Weekends on Walton program, as well as establish curbside pickup zones to support those storefront businesses. We thought continuity of events was important to provide as safely as possible a sense of normalcy. So we were able to, again, still offer our farmers market with COVID restrictions in place. We transitioned our Arts and Crafts Festival to a virtual show in July, and we reimagined our Downtown Living Tour. We postponed it from May, offered it in September, had a sold out event, and again, just with reduced capacity, but people were excited and very thankful to be able to still enjoy the downtown. And then we worked with many partners to launch the Put the U Back in Syracuse campaign, which ran for the months of September and October. We engaged over 300 community members in a month-long scavenger hunt. We engaged over 80 businesses in the promotion and had the support of 11 media partners who offered pro bono advertising space. In 2021, we continued our support to businesses. In February would have been our traditional Dining Weeks promotion. That was not going to be possible this year given the restrictions. So we transitioned to a delicious downtown deals program where we offered a passport to encourage people to visit and get takeout or dine in at multiple establishments. And we also partnered with the museums who offered a museum pass with free access to the museums as part of the downtown deals package. We did a return to work survey in March to get a sense of when employers are planning to send people back. Yesterday, we launched our Downtown is Open for Business campaign, where we're going to, through a grant from SEDCO, offer free open flags for businesses to provide visual cues that these businesses have opened, but also help us as we go into a very busy construction season downtown. We've also offered a cooperative marketing program, so encouraging downtown businesses to partner with other downtown or other City of Syracuse businesses to do programming and events that will bring people into downtown Syracuse. These will be grants of $500 where we cover marketing expenses. And we are excited that we'll be partnering with CNY Latino, who will also be offering a special advertising enhancement as part of our cooperative marketing program. We're planning for our traditional Dining Weeks event in June, as well as our farmers market. And as we look ahead to the next fiscal year, we want to be, supporting our businesses as they reopen. So through marketing and promotions, as well as, assuring that from a security perspective, that downtown remains one of the safest neighborhoods. As far as how we're funded, special assessment This is how our formula works. It's a set number, the 985,000, which is then divided among the properties based on this formula. But we also earn additional revenue through the events that I had mentioned, as well as operating a couple parking lots. The special assessment fund is about 64% of our operations. One of the points I wanted to bring home is that the downtown committee, through our programs and through our efforts, consistently shows a return on investment. For every dollar invested in downtown special assessment dollars to the downtown committee, we generate at least 41 cents on each of those dollars, multiplying this initial investment for our community. Our additional programming is all supported through outside funding sources, like I mentioned, our sponsorships. We have maintenance contracts for different park areas in downtown, sponsorships for our events. We have service agreements in place through SIDA for additional security and maintenance activities, as well as secure additional grant funding for downtown. We also engage our constituents. So we provide support to the Armory Square Association, Cathedral Square Association, Hanover Square Association, and our Southern Downtown Group. We're in the process now of organizing bi-weekly construction meetings for the 500 plus businesses that will be impacted by the water and engineering work happening this year. We engage over 25 companies as regular enthusiast sponsors who attend each of our events, as well as engage over 500 volunteers. And downtown residents, we have a downtown resident Facebook page where we provide a space for residents to communicate with each other. And we will soon be launching our Live Like a Local campaign, which highlights downtown residents, and they talk about what it is that they love about downtown Syracuse. It is 15 minutes, but I have 3 slides left, which will go through our financials. So this slide gives you a sense of our overall program and how those dollars are allocated, as well as a smaller pie chart, which gives you a sense of our total sources of revenue. So I mentioned the special assessment dollars, which is what the council is reviewing today. The fund's about 64% of our operations, and the remaining part of our budget is made up through earned revenue from our events and other activities and contract agreements. This shows you our allocation of downtown special assessment funds. The top line shows you how we're allocating the resources this upcoming fiscal year, but it also shows you a comparison of how those dollars have been allocated the previous 3 years. And this is our last slide. So just an overview of how our dollars are allocated. Shows you on the left-hand column the primary special assessment program, how we've allocated the dollars this year and how they add up to the 985,000. We'll show you in the middle column the percent of funds allocated by program, and then to the right of that, a comparison to over the last 5 years, how those dollars have been allocated. And then that last column shows you the variance. So compared how those dollars this year compare to the previous 5-year allocation. So you'll see we've reduced the special assessment allocation for environmental maintenance and administration, spending more of our special assessment dollars on economic development functions as well as security. But we also decreased what we're spending on our marketing program. That is not to say that marketing is not going to be happening this year. It's just that we have secured other resources to perform these marketing functions because we've chosen to allocate the special assessment dollars in this fashion. And that is it. And I am happy to take questions.
All right, appreciate it, Merica. Any of my colleagues on the council have any questions?
Yeah, if you don't mind, Councilor Bay, if I could hop in. Merica, how did you guys work out the ROI when you said for every dollar invested, you got 41 cents additional return? How did you come up with that number?
We took the difference between what our total budget is minus what the special assessment is, and then that difference then divided it.
Okay. And I saw that there's a greater allocation towards security in this year's budget. What specifically will that be, and what does that look like?
Yeah. So with as we're coming through and out of the pandemic, this has been something that's been incredibly hard for our downtown businesses, and we felt it very important to support our businesses that are trying to reopen. Keep in mind future sales tax generation, and also maintain downtown safety, downtown's reputation as a safe neighborhood. So we, as a board, agreed to, for this next year, work with the Syracuse Police Department and the city to support late night security initiatives. This is something where it's typically that Friday and Saturday night details. Most of the businesses in that area have been closed for the greater year and do not have those resources. So trying to be part of a solution as we're working through the pandemic and work to develop a longer term solution for how this will be sustainable.
Great.
All set, Councilor Driscoll?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thanks, Councilor Bay.
Yes, sir. Any of my other colleagues have any questions for Downtown Committee?
Councilor Bay, thank you. I just can't think of a greater partner that the city's ever had as far as my experience of the Downtown Committee over the years. And I can't think of a more important asset of that partnership than what we're facing in the upcoming year and what we faced last year. America and we talked a lot last summer, along with our Economic Development Department members who were sitting here on the council. It was a tough year. Hopefully you'll look for a better year coming up. And I just want to ask, how many, do you have a totality of businesses downtown that have gone out of business, America?
We do, and I can follow up with those specific numbers. We do track that 86% of the businesses have reopened. Again, it is a fairly small handful that have actually closed. I think the Mission, is one of those examples who had closed probably 5 of the storefront businesses, I'd say, over the last year have closed. Many are operating on significantly reduced capacity. So it's, you've got the 2 people in the business running it.
Okay. I was wondering now, I would think that we'd be finally coming out of it if the Arts and Crafts Festival happens this summer. It's always been one of the first events downtown that drew significant crowds, and it's sort of like a harbinger of things to happen. So keep us informed. I'm not pressing you on whether it's going to happen or not, but certainly, thank you and your colleagues for helping us stay afloat this last summer and this last year. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Hogan. Again, this has been one of the uplifting things about you see the character of our community and how everyone really has pulled together to try and support everybody. And so we started using the hashtag in this together, just again to be able to show how community members are supporting community members. With the Arts and Crafts Festival, at this moment, we are planning as if it is going to happen, but obviously watching, regulations. But we are still proceeding with the planning of that, but staying in close contact with the city and others.
Thanks, Councilor. Yep. Any other council have any questions for America or the committee?
I do, Councilor Bay. America, I heard that the county executive was doing those gift cards. Are you involved with any of that?
We are involved. So as soon as that program was announced, we sent out a business alert to all of the downtown restaurants to let them know of the opportunity. And so we heard, people were signing up. We sent another reminder out that Friday before registration closed to remind businesses to sign up, and then connecting them with the county's Economic Development Department to make sure, they had all the resources that they needed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question. I logged on late, so my apologies if you already mentioned this. But are you guys, or are we planning to host the outdoor dining like we did last year over on, what is it, Walton? Do you know if
There,
that's in the works?
There was the City of Syracuse's Business Development Department issued a survey to the Armory Square, Walton Street, Franklin and Clinton Street businesses yesterday. Those survey responses are due back by the end of this week, but we've heard from a number of restaurants that are interested in doing the weekends on Walton again. We learned last year that there were times of day where the promotion was more successful than others, specifically Friday afternoon and evening and Saturday afternoon and evening. So we're looking to now understand from all of the businesses in that area what is going to be the best balance for all those different business needs.
All set, Councilor Allen?
That's all set. Thank you.
Yep. Any further questions from anyone?
Yes, I got a question, Councilor Bay.
Is that Councilor White? Yep.
Yes, it is. All right, thank you. I'm wondering what efforts are the downtown committee using to promote affordable housing and affordability?
So as we meet with new developers and those interested in rehabbing buildings, we make sure that they're aware of just, abilities to differentiate the housing stocks. I think we've seen a lot of typical housing come online. One of the things that we do now is push more affordability. One of the ways we're able to support that is through the Main Street grant program that we run, because affordable housing is required if you're going to use our grant dollars for those properties. So we have 7 projects in downtown that we funded supporting specific affordable units within the properties. But then again, as we talk, we just met with a new owner of a large downtown property and stressed the importance of developing more affordable housing within the downtown area.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor White. Any other questions? Going once? Going twice? America and the rest of the committee appreciate you guys' presentation. I echo Councilor Hogan's position, just on the continued partnership, and even, to Councilor Driscoll's questions, I've always been one who talked about a need for added security downtown, particularly in reference to what happened some years ago. That was quite tragic, and so it's been fortunate that hasn't happened again. Talking about 20 year security officers, Tom. Continued progress, appreciate it. If there's no further questions, I will call this meeting to a close. We will resume, I think, only in a couple of minutes, a minute and a half for Cross Marshall, so you can hang around if you want. But otherwise, thank you, America, and everyone else. Will continue in a very short second.
Thank you, Councilor.
Yeah.
Thank you, Councilor.